Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my sunset live, my Arizona sunset. So we have a really pretty sunset tonight. It is 5:55. I guess that's kind of a recurring number or time for me for some reason. But I saw the color out the window and hopped out here to catch these pretty pink clouds in the sunset. Some new equipment. And Puppy is still here. All right, you want to go inside? I'll let you in. You can go in. Go in. Let's see, today is Wednesday, January the, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4th, the 14th. So it's the 14th of January, 2026. We're well underway into 2026, and I'm enjoying the year so far. Lots of different celestial things going on, lots of different shifts. I talked about the Neptune going in, changing from Pisces to Aries, which is a relatively big deal, and we'll be in that for the next, 10, 11 years or something like that, 11, 12 years. So that's a major societal shift. But for me, if you have fire in your natal chart heavily, it doesn't have to be in your sun sign. I have a lot of fire in my chart, and it's not in my sun. It's in other key places. So it's really helping me to take action and really allow momentum to really give me the power that I need to do the things that I want to do. So I'm enjoying this 2026, and we haven't even gotten into Neptune Aries quite yet. I think we'll be closer into it towards the end of January into February. So that will be interesting to see the personal shifts and the societal shifts. So look out for that. And so we were in a water sign for, like, in a large way, society was being moved energetically through water. Now we're going to be going into fire, which is going to be very interesting fundamentally. So yeah, I was man, I'm kind of wore myself out. I was really researching some, I really am into researching ancient truths and things like that, and an interesting aspect of understanding our reality and how it's made up and what it is and all of those things. I'm coming to understand that the importance of the nervous system. So a lot of, I think a lot of people, especially maybe if they're coming to my channel or if you're into consciousness and metaphysics and esoteric types of concepts, you might be into manifesting and trying to master being the creator of your reality and all those types of things. And something that I had an understanding of this about the nervous system. So the nervous system is very important. Let me close the door. But how important. I really wasn't, and I don't, I think a lot of teachings and here in the West, especially in societies that are not oriented around depth and things like that, you don't really understand the importance of the nervous system and how um, you you've got to have a robust nervous system, and everything that happens to us is being processed through that nervous system. And you've got to address those things first before you really can get into transcendence work. And some of the things that have been stumbling blocks for me, I've always, you can read uh, books and texts and all of these things and do manifestation rituals and all of this stuff. And it works for some, but not others. And I've finally come to understand why it doesn't work for everybody, and that is the nervous system. So, a lot of times, the reason manifestation rituals, which are largely on the first layer of consciousness, yes, with hypnosis and meditation and things like that, you can kind of get deeper, but basically it's like software. So all of that stuff is upgrading the software. But if you're running shoddy hardware, which is your nervous system, it's not going to work. And that is the discrepancy that I'm seeing, and maybe you all out there have seen that as well. Is why is this working for them and not for me or whatever? And a lot of it has to do with maintaining a clean nervous system, a clean body, which ultimately leads to the nervous system. And so there's energetic work to deal with the nervous system, and also just things like somatic therapies and stuff to address the nervous system, which has to be in tone to be able to handle manifestation software. So if manifestation stuff and positivity affirmations and stuff like that are not working for you, um, you may need to fall back on boosting the capacity of your nervous system. And, we're bioelectric beings, and a lot of it has to do with your conductivity ability and whether you can take a higher voltage and things like that. Um, yeah, so I'm that was an epiphany for me. That might be obvious. I think a lot of like Eastern traditions, the reason why like martial arts and things sort of come first is because they were building robust nervous systems to then overlay consciousness. A lot of monks and we know about the Shaolin monks and things like that. That's most famous. But a lot of those discipline practices that they do, which are physical, they are tuning that nervous system so that then they can apply the consciousness work later. Yes, of course, they pray and meditate and all those things all along the way, but a lot of those higher consciousness techniques aren't um, shared with disciples until later in life, later in fundamental development and things like that. So my background is in somatic therapy through Feldenkrais, which is a body work, and so I knew the importance of the nervous system, but I didn't quite understand. I don't know. I mean, I knew, but I didn't know. It's that dualistic thing where but you do. It's not uh, as fundamental as I have come to see through some of the research that I was doing today. just thought I'd come on here and share that with you guys and share my sunset with you and all those things. So, but that is it. That is all I came on here to share. Check out my links in the description for my hypnosis work and my free app and other my sleep audio, which I just put out. Now, these, to segue into them, because the reason I'm mentioning them along the lines of the nervous system is because, um, you know, the way that I do them incorporates somatic processes in them to go deeper and to address that the somatic layer to help build it up, to boost it up, and all those things. That's basically the journey I've been on, is boosting my nervous system and to go to a level where I can handle the more transcendent levels. So that's pretty much it. Hey, in the chat. Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. Hi, Emilio Tambunga. Hi, from Texas. Are you in Texas? All right. Well, thanks for hailing in from Texas. Welcome to my sunset. Y'all probably have some good sunsets over in Texas. Get my southern drawl on. uh, oh, hanging upside down. I have wanted to invest in a what are they called? The incline things or whatever. I mean, yeah, I guess I could uh, be a little bit more physical in myself. My neighbors are yelling and screaming, but yeah, I could hang. Maybe I could hang from this thing. I don't know, but um, yeah, no, no. He's this puppy here is slowly eating my chair. Look at what he's done. Slowly eating my chair. Anyway, I've thought about that, and I've always hesitated to do it because it's intense. I'm sure it's intense. But that's cool. That now that you mentioned it, I'll think longer and harder about it. Hi, Lainey ASMR. Ooh, do you do ASMR? Very cool. Maybe I'll check out your channel and see what you're up to over there. Lolly Boy 11. I like your name. Hi. Welcome to my sunset. Bike vlog adventure. Hi. All of these eclectic visits. I love it. Welcome to my sunset. Bike adventure. I used to when I was younger, much younger, I used to love mountain biking up in the hills and the mountains in northern Arizona. So you're bringing back some memories with that name. Lainey ASMR, you say what? WYD? What am I doing, maybe? I don't know what that means, but I am just sitting here looking at the sunset, enjoying this Arizona evening. It's a little after 6 now, and sharing my epiphany about the nervous system and higher levels of consciousness, and letting you guys know about my offerings at the links in the description. And Emilio says, oh, you've manifested more things in your life since you've been doing the incline meditation? Very cool. Okay, now you're really turning me on to incline meditation. You're probably some young athletic guy who can handle that, so I'm gonna have to slowly get into that. I've not primed my nervous system for inversion quite yet, but maybe I should work up to it. But you're probably tapping into something there that's working for you, and that's another thing is embodied authenticity is, that especially is going to be super important going forward um, in the next few years, is to make sure that the work that you're doing, the practices that you're doing, are really fine tuned to you specifically, to your nervous system, to your likings, to what brings you joy and happiness. That's, now's the time to get into that and discover those things and live your life around who you truly are, and figuring that out and sharing that with the world. That is how we repair this world, is by being our authentic selves and sharing that authentic selves, or that authentic self with the world, basically. So, okay, well, that's it in the chat. Uh, and I guess I'll leave it there. Thanks, guys, for hopping in, and hope you enjoyed the sunset. It's actually getting better. I hate to hate to leave now, but I'm gonna leave it there. Like and subscribe if you want to know when I come on relatively randomly. I like to do the night sky because the night sky has been doing some interesting things. Check out my last night sky live, and comment there because sky watchers, those of you who know the stars, let me know what I'm seeing because it seems unusual to me, but maybe it's not. Maybe it's all perfectly um, fine and identifiable. But okay, well, I will see you guys on another one. Good night.